How about a slice of rainbow veggie pizza?
Let's see what's cooking. Let's get the facts. Let's see what's cooking. It's time for yoyomax12.
Hello everyone. First thing we're going to do is make the pizza crust. Now the amount of water and yeast that I'm showing you here is enough to make a thin crust 12-inch pizza. That's 1/2 cup of warm water, 1.5 teaspoons of yeast, and 1 teaspoon of sugar. Stir that together until the yeast is dissolved, and I like to add in about 1.5 tablespoons of olive oil, but that part is optional. Stir that together and then add some flour. Now the exact amount of flour is hard for me to tell because I do it by feel until I get the right texture of dough. Start off with about 1/2 cup of flour and stir it in. And you should get something that's very, very sticky at first. And what you're going to do is continue to add little bits of flour at a time until you'll see that the dough will start to chase the spoon around the bowl and it'll start to detach from the bowl, as you can see right here. Now this is almost ready to come out and to knead. It just needs a little bit extra flour. I sprinkled some on and removed it from the spoon. And then using my hands, I just go around, scrape the extra bits of dough from the sides of the bowl, and I knead that dough a few times in the bowl, gathering up any little bits of flour that might be on the bottom. And then you're ready to transfer it to a work surface like a counter that's been sprinkled lightly with flour. And then you're going to knead it a few times, adding little bits of flour as you go, just so that it doesn't stick to your hands too much. Knead it for maybe 2 or 3 minutes, just until you get a nice, smooth, and elastic dough ball. I like to sprinkle a little bit of olive oil in the bowl that I used to mix the ingredients in. Flip the dough ball in the oil so that it's coated on all sides, and then cover it with a cloth and place it in a warm spot to rise. Let it rise for about an hour until it's doubled in size, and the amount of time will depend on how warm it is in your kitchen. Take it out of the bowl and put it right onto your pizza pan. It'll already be in a round shape because of rising in that round bowl. Place it on the pan and just gently spread it out and press it into the pizza pan. This makes a fairly thin crust pizza. If you prefer a thicker crust pizza, then at the beginning of the video where we started off with the water and the yeast, start off with 3/4 cup of water and 2 teaspoons of yeast, and you'll get a thicker crust. And then spread on your favorite pizza sauce. Okay, just a quick side note here. A lot of recipes for bread ask you to put your dough ball and cover it and put it in a place that's warm to rise. Now what I do is I take my oven, I set it on preheat, let it preheat for about 1.5 minutes, and then I shut the oven off, and then I put my oven light on, and then I put my dough ball covered in there to rise. It just gives it a little bit of a warmer than room temperature place to rise, and the dough will rise faster. Another great place is on top of your refrigerator. So once your pizza sauce is spread on, you can add some cheese. I'm adding some mozzarella. Then you add your colorful rainbow veggie toppings. Now for the purple, I used red onion, which is more of a purpley color. For the red, I used sliced grape tomatoes and red bell peppers. I used orange bell peppers and yellow bell peppers. And for the green, I used broccoli and green peppers. Now I know that rainbows have more than just those 5 colors. I tried to find blue. Now they do sell on occasion these blue potatoes. They're purpley blue, and I would cook them and I would put them on the pizza. But of course, when I went to buy the ingredients to make this video recipe, they didn't have any purple potatoes for sale at my grocery store. So 5 colors instead of 6 or 7, but it still looks great. So all I did was apply the toppings all the way around. At first I started off by just kind of a test strip to see how thick the rings should be. And then I continued all the way around. Now, of course, you don't have to put this many toppings on your pizza. You can put as little or as much as you like. I just wanted to get a really nice rainbow color effect, so I just covered the complete top of the pizza. And then you're going to put it in the oven and bake it at 400 degrees for about 20-25 minutes until the crust is nicely golden brown on the edges and underneath, and that the veggies and the cheese are also cooked on the top. Let the pizza cool for about 5 minutes after you take it out of the oven before you slice it up. and it looked spectacular before I put it in the oven. After it was finished baking, the colors on the pizza change a little bit, but they're still quite nice, and the individual pizza slices look great as well. If you want some pepperoni on your pizza, I would suggest you put it maybe underneath all the veggies so it doesn't block any of the color. Or you could even use the pepperoni for the red section. If you're looking for another great rainbow food idea, check out my rainbow playlist. Go ahead and click right on your screen or see the link in the About section below. Thanks for watching. I hope you give this rainbow pizza a try.